Hello everybody, this is Dayhawk, playing on the 7 Days to Die Reign of the Dead server, and I wanted to show off our community build. This build is a placeholder for when this particular server goes live. Then people can come in and there will be plots and they can build, and so let's just show it off. So right here you can see there's this eel. It has like an eel mouth front. Let's see here. And there's the entrance way. And you can see here that, this initially was, this initially was a community called Hellendale. And Hellendale was going to be built. It was being sectioned off. And when the zombie apocalypse came, they started to fortify and didn't really have anything built too much. But they did put up their signs to say, if all the rules will be banished, respect of others, we all fall and thrive as one, and just kind of being somewhat upbeat. But as you can see, Hellendale has fallen. This is now Elysium. And like any good citizen, should always shut the door. So, Elysium has rules. 1, don't be a Zod. He was a jerk. So, we've decided that in Hellendale there was a character who kind of rose to leadership, but was fairly insane and decided to go off of Zod, like General Zod off of Superman. And so, don't be a Zod. People should only be putting land claim blocks in specialized plots. This is just to kind of maintain a certain amount of order to the community. I mean, they can build whatever they want within the plot, but, it's very easy for the city to start just looking chaotic. So, and we can always add new plots as needed. So you can see here's the back end, and Zod has left his mark. Right. Oh, and from here you can see it's the Hellendale Park. Obviously somebody has highlighted some things. Future expansion for defense. Oh, yes. So you can see that Zod, he pwns. We had a little bit of fun with that character. So this is essentially how the plots are set up. See, this is a single housing plot right here. This is actually a double plot right there. There's another Zod rules. I haven't thought of any names for the street signs yet, but those will be filled out. We tried to leave the resources available so that way players can actually use the resources of their land. So part of the storyline is that this area here actually had a bomb go off in it. Not a very big one, but it left the area with little smatterings of radiation, and it was sectioned off. This is an interesting structure. No one knows the origin of it or how it came to be. It just kind of appeared, and Zod didn't even know what it was. But you want to stay away from it, because if you get too close, you get electrocuted. Whoa. Okay. They've come to call that the jellyfish. Here you can see this is the Hellendale's kill tower that they had made, and it did not serve them too well. And also you can see Zod he died here. He was a jerk. Oh, I'm on the inside of the radiated area. I don't want to be in there. Ah. Patchwork was made to the walls to try to help keep zombies out. And again, this whole area is corded off. Let's see here. Another hole in the wall, and you can see here's where a road had originally started to go through, and it just continues up that way. Oh, so here's the train tracks right here. They're bouncy. Okay, so, and you also see over here that this is kind of what's considered the wrong side of the tracks. So one of the things that is anything on this side of the tracks, and I'll go ahead and pull up a map, you can see the tracks go all the way up. Anything on this side of the tracks is fair game. They build wherever they want. We actually pulled up the region, and this whole community is exactly one region in size, which is a considerable amount of blocks. I think this took us a week and a half, and we really didn't get that much built. Let's see here. So this is where it's designated as the train station, and so again, whoever decides that they want to build a train station will take ownership of this plot and make the train station for the town. You can see here's our railroad crossing right here, and Zod has put his name on that. Oh yeah, they're not a very big fan of the West Siders. Stay on your side of the track. Let's see here. So I'm going to run to this side of the road. There are many other features inside there, but most of it's like I built some houses and then destroyed them to leave some rubble on the ground in appropriate locations. Okay, really, I'm tired of hearing that. So, yeah. So this is the only plot that I think we've outlined here on the wrong side of the tracks, and the other plot over there is actually a tower defense. So here's where the train entered. You can see that it has some barrels and some wood, and it's one of those kind of train carts that you would have two people put kind of like pushing down to make it go, but it's been closed off. We keep moving forward. So for fun, we decided a meteor would come down, and there's a meteor right there. It's pure iron. But as you can see, it's Zod's meteor. It's his. So we've got lots and lots and lots of plots, again, for people to make their own housing. The zombies, this is not a creative community. I mean, it's a creative community for making builds, but you also have to defend your plots. There's on the Range server, we've had instances where a community would actually have zombies spawned out, so you can just purely make decorative designs. This is supposed to be a community where we actually have to fight together. So this is the main center of town here. This is the main part of town. We actually have this is named as Main Street. For fun, they thought maybe there's airdrops, right? So why not put up a big sign that says help? maybe a helicopter, or maybe they can put an airdrop right there. Who knows? I don't think anybody's coming to help them though. This is where a crafting hall will be. As you can see, while we were designing it, we actually crafted some things, and this is where our admins were so kind to give us any materials that we asked for. We didn't have the luxury of creative mode or design, or being able to fly or whatnot. Oh, yeah, our message board. So, this place was actually created by Stample and Niv and myself. In fact, this is the marketplace. Because of the way the vending machines work, the admin's actually going to run that himself, which is a good plan. We're going to have a shooting range. So, if you go across here to this part of town, this is where the nice part of town was planned to be. This is where there's going to be community resources. There are many single plots, and they also have their own lake. And there's a path that goes around the lake. Well, it's not really a lake, right? When it says lake, it's, quotes, lake. Hope Lake. As Stample says, there's not very much hope. But, they can hope to go fishing. So, in that far off corner over there, there is a, this is a double plot. It's for when you got more than one person wants to group up. They can put, each of them can have their own land claim blocks, but they can be right next to each other. There's the tower defense is going to be another one on that corner. And again, many little breaches in the walls. And with the walls being concrete, they're not going to stand up to any real kind of zombie assault. So that'll have to get upgraded. There's a lot of work to do once the server is fully live. The last time we did Elysium, it was kind of a free-for-all, and people built in such a way that it wasn't a very good utilization of space. And this hopefully solves that. So Zod wanted a statue made in his image. So in Zod, they're forced to trust, showing his gun and his cattle prod. Here. So if I run this way, we can see so another way to get down, so this street cuts through all the way through the main part of town. And on Horde Night, eventually, when this area is updated and the community has built their own Horde, they can run down here, past the irradiated area, so they have to run down there, and hopefully this will go up to where the kill tower is, and that's going to be where the kill tower is going to be here. Let me go ahead and show you the hole. Oh, yeah, see? Radioactive ground. Actually doesn't seem to do anything at this moment. So here's the hole. You can see there, we threw a bunch of radioactive ground around it. It's not very deep. Obviously, rockets don't do as much damage to the ground as they used to. One of the admins, Mouse, I think, flew over this and shot it several times, and it didn't really do as much as we'd hoped. Oh. I'm on the wrong side. I also tried to lay these cars out on their sides to be like blown up, and apparently they can only be put on their wheels. Even though they do rotate, they will only, they'll only go on their wheels. Niv made this. I didn't realize I couldn't get out that way anymore. He fixed the hole. So, and then the last area, where we tried to make it a little fun, is our playground. Well, kind of sports playground. Here, I'm gonna pick up a rock. Do I have any rocks? I got 5. Cool. So, I'm gonna need these rocks. So here's the sports playground right here. Ah, I got turned around. There it is. Hold on. It's a really big area. So, the sports field has 3 main events. The first one is our basketball court. So, one of our players who used to play, I haven't seen him on the server in a while, but he went by Die Screaming, came up with this thing where you can actually throw the rocks. And I'm horrible at it. Okay. I'm horrible at this. If you do it right, though, they'll fall into... Wow. Is it in there? Yay, it's in there. I scored a point. Okay. Anyway, we were playing horse. I obviously lost, but you can actually kind of play some silly games within the game. Here's our shooting range. Every position is attainable, and what's nice is every time you hit one of these with an arrow, it does 1 point of damage. So you can actually keep track of how many hits you get. This is pretty trivial from here, but this is actually kind of hard. So this is our baseball diamond. Obviously, this is more for effect. There's no way to hit a stone coming at you, but did a great job. I love these being used as bleachers. And I made a horrible attempt at trying to make a pond. I tell you, water is the hardest thing. Like, if you wanted to make your own water, and make it deeper than just a flat, shallow pond. Yeah. So, that is essentially Elysium. Yep. Hellendale Park. The A fell on the ground. So, I almost forgot the most important thing. So, Stample decided it was Zod had to make a throne for himself within town. So, as you'd expect, here's his throne. Zod's toilet. There's other signs and things hidden with this too, for players to find. But, yep, well, I hope they like it. It should be going live soon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at our little community town, and have a great day.